exercise may have continued despite real-world attacks. On the off chance that, as the proof above shows, Delta 1989 was a piece of a military exercise based around an imaginary flying machine commandeering, this brings up significant issues about the occasions of 9/11 and the crisis reaction to the assaults. The confirmation provides a reason to feel ambiguous about the claim that a NORAD practice that morning was dropped after Flight 175 hit the South Tower of the WTC at 9:03 a.m. as indicated by Airmen, the official magazine of the U.S. aviation-based armed forces, not long after the second aircraft crashed into the World Trade Center. The activity stopped. Larry Arnold, the telling general of the continental United States NORAD region, said that after Flight 175 hit the South Tower, I figured it may be reasonable to haul out of the activity, which we did. In any case, if Delta 1989 was taking an interest in it, at that point the proof demonstrates that this activity proceeded for any longer. For instance, NEDS got the inaccurate report that Delta 1989 was a conceivable capturing at 9:39 a.m., and called the FAA's Cleveland Center to report the flying machine as an affirmed commandeer at 9:45 a.m. These two interchanges could have been a piece of the activity, planned to infuse a reasonable impression of a commandeering into the framework. Furthermore, it gives the idea that Delta 1989 may in any case have been playing a commandeered flying machine while it came in to arrive, with the pilot neglecting to utilize the overwhelming designator, and kept doing as such after it arrived at around 10:18 a.m., at the point when the pilot showed up out of the plane's window, obviously with blood running down his face. This would mean the activity proceeded all through the whole term of this present reality assaults, finishing simply after the fourth flying machine to be targeted Flight 93 as far as anyone knows slammed in Pennsylvania at 10:03 a.m. In the event that this was without a doubt the case, why was the reproduced commandeering permitted to proceed for so long? Furthermore, who was in charge of this? A live fly exercise in 2002. We can better comprehend the part Delta 1989 may have played on September 11 by looking at a later NORAD preparing exercise. Amalgam Virgo 02 was a live fly exercise directed in June 2002, in spite of the fact that NORAD was arranging it as ahead of schedule as July 2001. This activity included two genuine flying machines being captured, with performing artists playing the psychological militants. One airplane, a Delta Airlines 757, was bound from Utah to Alaska and was assumed controlled by FBI operators going about as criminals. The other was a Navy C-9 bound from Washington State to Vancouver, Canada, with individuals from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police playing the criminals. On the two planes, military faculty went about as regular citizen travelers. However, the 757 had real Delta Airlines pilots at the controls. As per a NORAD representative, both flying machines were to get guidelines once in air, enumerating the seizing situation influencing them and the parts they were to play. NORAD propelled contender streams in light of the reenacted hijackings. CNN detailed before the activity, we don't know precisely how these simulated hijackings will play out. Neither do the pilots. Indeed, even their bases from which the U.S. what's more, military the U.S. Canadian planes will be mixed, don't know they are. After NORAD went through various situations, the TON seized planes landed and law requirement officers on the ground went through situations around managing the ruffians. Around 1,500 individuals took part in Amalgam Virgo 02, including workers of NORAD, the FAA, the FBI, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, and Delta Airlines. The NORAD representative said the activity was exceptionally serious, extremely practical. Could Delta 1989 have been participating in a comparable exercise on September 11? Were a portion of its travelers played by military workforce or other government representatives? Just an exhaustive new examination of the 9/11 assaults can answer these and the numerous other critical inquiries that stay around Delta Airlines Flight 1989 and its conceivable inclusion in a preparation practice on September 11.